Hi guys, Sarah here. Welcome to our next yoga video. I hope you enjoyed the first one. Today we're going to talk about something a little different. I actually don't know if this pose is a classic yoga posture. So I don't know a Sanskrit term for it. We call it Woodchopper pose, and I did learn it in a yoga class, but I have a feeling it comes from something else, or it's kind of a hybrid of a few poses put together. But I wanted to share it today because I do think it's super important, and I've been using it with some of my private clients, and they've had a lot of fun doing it, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. And the reason I think it's important is because it helps you get out kind of negative emotions. And throughout life, we all experience negative emotions. And our job, our responsibility, is learning how to deal with them effectively. To give you an example, my sons, Sam and Ollie, they're 4 and a year and a half. They play with toys and interact, but sometimes they don't want to play. They don't want to share. And so what happens is one of them, and it doesn't matter who because they do it interchangeably, will grab a toy and the other one immediately will either hit or push and grab the toy back. And what's happening is they're having a feeling and they're reacting immediately. And while it may be effective in getting the toy back, it's not effective in keeping their relationship happy. And I think it starts young, that kind of instinct to push back whenever we experience a negative, what we consider a negative emotion. So I think it's important to learn young how to take care of those emotions in a positive, healthy way that leaves you feeling empowered, but also doesn't hurt the other person. Some of the ways that I like to deal with emotions are journaling. I love to write out how I'm feeling in a journal, but sometimes when I journal, I still feel kind of stuck with the feelings in my body. And that actually is considered stress. And stress is a pretty normal part of life. But what happens is when stress is not expressed and not released from the body, it can actually create disease. And I'm sure you've heard your parents say, "Oh, I'm so stressed out, I'm so burdened," or whatever their catchphrase is. But you'll hear them say that I'm so stressed out. And the problem is they aren't in that moment effectively releasing the stress, so it's no longer affecting their body. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you is Woodchopper, which I think is a fairly effective way of releasing stress once it builds up in the body. So I'm going to focus on anger because I tend to be a happy, people-pleasing person, so I don't express my anger easily. So Woodchopper has really given me a way of expressing my anger without getting into a confrontation or an argument with someone else. So what you do, you're going to stand up and you're going to stand a little bit wider than hips distance apart. You're going to clap. I like to get a nice wide stance because we are going to move with this. So you're going to clasp your hands, you're going to bring them right up. And as you do, you're going to inhale here. I want you to think about all that feeling. Let it be there for you, that anger, that whatever the incident is, think about it. Think about how it affected you. You're going to inhale here, exhale, swing. Ha! And you swing out on a ha. And the reason we do that is we want to give the energy a voice. We want to give it an outlet. So breathe in, breathe out. Ha! And just imagine that energy is just leaving your body on the exhale. Inhale here. Exhale down. Ha! One more. Inhale. Exhale. Ha! And release. Now, Woodchopper, as you can see, is pretty active and there is some vocalization. So I know you may not feel like you can do this in school or even at like soccer practice if someone irritates you or you get upset for whatever reason. But it's a great thing to do when you get home. And it may feel like you're not dealing with your emotions right away, but that's okay. What happens is we usually keep thinking about the incident and it stays real for us several hours, sometimes days after the event. And so, whenever you take care of the emotions is okay. You can wait until you get home. What is important is that you learn to deal with them so that you're taking responsibility for your own emotions and you're dealing with them in a healthy, positive way so that you can then go about and have healthy relationships with other people. Because that's what you want. You want to be able to maintain friendships and maintain relationships that sometimes can have bumps in the road. And don't worry about that. All relationships have bumps in the road. So when you encounter them, try Woodchopper, see if that helps you release some of that energy, some of that anger, some of that whatever it is that you're having trouble dealing with. See if that helps you deal with it effectively. And that's it for our second video, ladies, boys, gentlemen, whoever joined us here today. I thank you, and I hope you'll join us for our next yoga video. Namaste.